Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm John Pratt, head of success as well as strategist here at Content at Scale. I'm doing a series. I have two windows open and I just had to mute the other one. I'm doing a series starting right now of events right here on our channel. The goal is to bring some timeless inspiration and motivation, okay, from guests, with guests that will make you think in a whole new way. I think that's why a lot of people come to our events because they know something's coming around the next turn in the marketing world, and they want to keep themselves apprised of that. And you're in the right place for that. So each of these guests in my 4-part series is taking the stage at Content Hacker Live, our event in Austin this March. So hopefully this series helps you learn like who these guests are before you see them live in Austin. For more about that Austin event, you can check out, let me look at my notes here, contenthacker.com/event. That's contenthacker.com/event for more info. But now you're here today for secrets of using content at scale to generate more income and business with a top content at scale user. So let's welcome a seasoned expert. I mean, truly an expert with over 32 years in digital marketing, the mastermind behind TopClickJoe.com, and a pioneer in integrating cutting edge tools like Content at Scale. So I'll bring onto the stage the man himself, Top Click Joe.
Wow.
Joe, how are you?
That's a pretty good introduction. I'm going to save that part for my wife to let her know how awesome I am.
Put it on the wall behind you. Yeah.
I think I will put it back there. I must be awesome. We'll be married 42 years in May. So,
there you go.
I mean, that's a crazy deal, isn't it? Like, we've been all over the U.S. We've lived in a bunch of places, owned a restoration business together, water, fire, mold, and roofing for 27 years. And then she retired when I sold it 8 years ago, John. And then being an entrepreneur, I couldn't stop. I don't fish. I don't hunt. I hike. Yeah. I do all that. But I love being an entrepreneur. And, I have all these friends that are like, I really gravitate towards like blue collar workers because I just love those kind of people because I had it really hard growing up being dyslexic and ADHD and bipolar, and they didn't have medication. And like I flunked kindergarten, I made it to the 9th grade, but I'm very street smart, right? I grew up in California in the 70s as a teenager when Haight-Ashbury, everybody was sitting around getting high, man, and we all had long hair, and you had to be street smart back then. Back then, you can hitchhike across country and not get killed. That's a little different now, right? But anyway, so I grew up there, and I just love being an entrepreneur. But here's what's crazy. I was just moving along doing Google ads, and I had one employee. This is a year ago. Now, this isn't even that long ago. It's just a year ago now, and so it was me and George doing Google ads, Facebook ads, and Microsoft ads like Bing, right? That's all we did. We didn't do SEO. We didn't do all that. We didn't build websites. And I was happy in my lane, and I was making about $20,000 a month, right? That's great money. Like, we already sold my business, so money wasn't the issue. It was, I just loved doing stuff. And I was helping starving carpet cleaners because being in the restoration industry, we did carpet cleaning. I have a real heart for people that are struggling. Like, what do I do to get a lead? And, like I'm going to starve. My family's going to be homeless. So I started doing the deal at $197 a month, right? And then I went up to $297, but I was barely charging these people to do all this work. Black Friday 2022 comes along, and Jasper's having this big sale on this AI thing. Now, listen, I didn't even really know what AI was. Yeah. Like, I wasn't in the loop. I was doing my thing on Google Ads. And so I go there, and I bought their year package. It was like $900 for 1,000,000 words or something. I wasn't even sure what I was buying. I just knew $900 for 1,000,000 words. It had to be something cool. And then I start using it. Now, remember, I'm brand new. I don't have any employees yet. And back then, I haven't used Jasper in a long time because I use Content at Scale solely because it's such a good product. But you do Control J. I don't know if you've ever used it. And you give it a prompt, and then it writes a sentence, and then Control J, and it keeps writing. And I'm like, Who wouldn't love? All I got to do is Control J a bunch of times, right? And it
Yeah,
wrote
yeah.
all.
And then just finish it for you. Yeah.
So I started doing. So I'm like, okay, maybe we could do some website stuff with this, write a little bit of content. Then what happened was, I think it was January. So this is November, right? 2022. So January 2023, I see this ad from Content at Scale. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's another one out there, right? So I did your test. I think it was like you could buy 3 blogs back then. It was like I bought starting package, and I remember going in there, and I'm like, okay, how does this work? Now remember, so I want to tell everybody out there, if you're listening, Content at Scale January 2023 and Content at Scale January 2024 is a whole nother world. It's way better, and like it's unbelievable now that what we can do with Content at Scale. But I remember putting that prompt in. I think it was a keyword and a little bit of information. And I got like this 3,000 word blog post with a table of content. I'm like, oh my gosh. So as you know, at that point, I bought 1 million words from Jasper and I lost them all because it was good for a year because I didn't use it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason. It was because I'm really into easy, right? Like I don't want to have to work hard for this. And think about this. I'm saying Control J is hard work now.
Right.
It's nothing. And now all of a sudden, we have this new product, and you put a keyword in and a prompt, and it writes this awesome blog post. Now, I know a lot about restoration because I owned a restoration company for 27 years. So a lot of my clients are, of course, in the restoration industry, like service industry. So I started writing some blogs, and I started slow. And if I can I share my screen and show you something? So let me just go to present, and let me go to share screen. Let me go to entire screen and this screen. Let me share, and let me just open this real quick, and let me go to Content at Scale. Hold on. Look at all these AI help site things I got, dude. Like you talk about, I know about AI. All right.
Right. So no stranger. For the past year, the past year has been wild.
Now I want to show you guys something. We're not a little player. We buy a lot of posts. Like they said, we're one of their top buyers. I'm going to go in here and I want to show you this thing real quick. And let me just update this to 2023. Okay. And let me go back. Let me update it. And we're at 820. Okay. Now this is crazy stuff. Never wrote a blog in my life, John, ever. And quite frankly, I can't brag about these because I have people now, and we'll get into that. So you could see that like around it was February, not January. This is this is 123. This is when I first got involved with Content at Scale, and I'm testing it out. And look, I went a few months. Like I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life now? Like I got this thing, and as you can see, May, right? It hasn't. Look, when I'm on stage, it's going to be 10 months. We will have over 1,000 blogs in 10 months written. Right. Because I didn't start to really May. We were just kind of getting, now you can see we're starting to write blogs, right? We're writing all this stuff. So we have written almost 3 million words, saved 3,200 hours and $231,000 in savings. Now, I don't know anything about this because I wasn't writing before. So like if I was hiring writers for $300, then that's different. Right. So because of this, because of Content at Scale, I changed my business. Now, this is what I want to show you that's really important. Because of Content at Scale, I was happy doing $20,000 a month and just scooting along. I'm no longer happy doing that because of AI now. I have a plan this year to reach $1 million. This isn't a year. This is a month reoccurring income. Now, we're heading in that direction. And I know what I got to do to get there. And I do more than most people do. I'm charging $4,200 for the ultimate 16 package. Real quick, I'll just show you that. It's we advertise your business everywhere all at once. And those of you that have been, check out my testimonies. We're the real, we do all of this. But if you go back to this is what's important. I want everybody to understand. This is what this is obsolete. I can't even invent this without AI and Content at Scale. There's no way to write the way we're writing. There's no way to do what we're doing. So I already know how many employees I need per 10 clients. And I already know what my costs are going to be, right? Like, look, when I'm at this mark right here at the million a month, I'm spending about 11,950 a month with Content at Scale. That's most of the $14,000 right here software. But I'll need about 336 more employees. Now we don't need 239 clients. We've already got 17. We're already moving forward and we're going pretty fast. I got, and when you look at some of these numbers, affiliate costs, I'm saying if the rest come from affiliates, this is what I'll be paying every month, which is cool because I'm going to be making $1 million a month, right? $1 million, 3,000. So I'm doing this because of Content at Scale now, because we're able to write all these blogs, and you just seen how many we wrote and my people, you're starting to see some really big deals. And I think this is important too. There's something here from Neil Patel this morning. And Neil Patel did this blog post today. And he's talking about 7 or more words, right? These are keywords now, okay? Verse 2022. And look at the amount it is now in like 2023 and 24 now, right? It's growing 7 or more words. So we're able to get those kind of keywords out of Content at Scale because we're focusing on this. I just saw this today. I'm already doing this. I already know how important this is. And I already know how important, using software like Content at Scale is. So so now you see I have this goal that I'm going to reach $1 million a month. That's a crazy goal.
That is crazy. Yeah.
So, that would have been crazy 2 years ago. That is no longer crazy. I mean, I know, I see it happening. I feel it happening. We're growing. I have access to a lot of employees. I have, these are some of my writers that most of my employees are in the Philippines, by the way. That's how I can do what I'm doing for $4,200. If all my employees were in America right now, what would happen is I'd have to charge $20,000-$30,000 a month. There's no way I can do it for 42. But because of the cost of living over there, I don't want people out there thinking, oh man, he's a slave driver. I pay my people more than most people pay by far. And imagine making $1,000 in the Philippines is like making $8,000 a month here easily. I'm going to show you this other thing just to prove a point.
Yeah.
My people, my team, I couldn't do this without my team. Okay. So am I sharing the screen?
No. I see you and I on your screen, and then I'll put it on stage. I'll add the screen to the stage. There we go.
Okay. So add the screen. I'm going to add something here. This is just in Cebu. I have employees all over the Philippines, and was an overnight deal. So I paid for this party. And of course, the young people are they're in training. Okay, John?
Yeah.
They're getting ready to work for Top Click Joe.
Yep.
George right here on the left has been with me since the beginning, 8 years. We did Google Ads. He now runs the whole team. This is George. This is his wife right here where my pointer is. This is their baby. In fact, my people were so close. I'm the godfather of their baby.
Wow.
Right? So I'm very close to my people and what I do. They did a party. All these people ate chicken, ate pizzas, and drank beer nonstop for 4 hours for $225.
Yeah.
It would have been $225 for them to get one round of beer in America.
Yeah.
For 4 hours. And so I have an awesome team, right? And to prove a point, thank you so much. I have a great relationship. I have a really good relationship with everybody, and here's why I'm moving so quickly. Okay, I'm teaching my managers how to be capitalist pigs. Do you know what a capitalist is? I'm sure, right? So I'm teaching them how to hire below them. I don't know some of my employees, John. I know that's crazy sounding.
Because George, right? You have George to run so much of the show, right?
He's running. Well, he's the VP of Top Click Joe now. He's the guy.
Yeah, wow.
Through almost 8 years, right? And he's unbelievable. Every one of my employees are college graduates. this will blow your mind. I have a new client that does he does solar.
Yeah.
Yellow Ball Roofing and Solar. Okay. I just hired a new writer. His name is Dan, and he's a recent graduate from college, top of his class as an electrical engineer. He was offered $300 a month coming out of college at the top of his class, $300 a month. I can honestly say I pay my writers more than electrical engineers make in the Philippines.
Yeah.
He's writing blogs for my software guy, and I get this email, who's writing my blogs? How does he know all this?
How does he know this stuff?
He knows more than my clients because they did a whole year of solar.
Yeah.
In fact, him and George are thinking of open a solar business on the side there because, because I was like, well, doesn't he have to be an electrician? And then Dan says, no, electricians work for me. I'm an electrical engineer. They're under me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have a writer. I hire writers now. Like if I have a doctor, I'm doing medical stuff, I'll hire somebody out of medical school and pay him more than they can make as a doctor. Yeah. So it's we live in a crazy world now where everything's online. The only cool thing about COVID is everybody's used to this now. You don't have to be in person anymore. So my employees, I've met with 2 of my clients my whole career, right? Because everything's like this. I sell them like this. They see what I'm doing. I get all these video testimonies. And what I'm doing on the Ultimate 16 is working. I could not have done it without Content at Scale. And I'm so grateful to you guys and what you keep doing. Do you know that I'm a little embarrassed? I went in there and I was trying to do some stuff because it's all new. Do you know I don't really have a clue how to use it? Like it's changed, but my people are so good now. They're teaching me. Like I don't teach anybody, John.
Oh yeah. That's the levers that you want to pull as an entrepreneur, right? Like,
oh my God, man. So I gotta fake that I have something to do so my wife doesn't make me mow the lawn. Right. But she's starting to catch on. She's catching on.
She's catching
on. Like you're not working. Now I'm bringing on new affiliates that want to sell my products, the Ultimate 16, because, and I even look, you know who Grant Cardone is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I got one of his large clients as my client now. I'm fulfilling all of his marketing, and Grant's teaching him how to go out and get fulfillment. I'm a fulfillment place now because because he was telling me about all this stuff that he's doing with Grant, and I'm like, really? And so I know that Grant teaches people how to have their own agencies, right? Besides like them being multi-billionaires in real estate. Like I can't believe I'm on stage after Elena Cardone, the billionaire. She's like unbelievable, right? And here I am, this guy from Colorado, just hanging out, laying low, doing his thing. But I love being, I really, how I build my business different because I don't think about me and the profit. I think about the people more, my people, and you all will start, if you go to Top Click Joe, look at these testimonies, you'll see we're the real deal. But we couldn't be the real deal without you guys, John, because we couldn't write the type of blogs that we're writing. Can I show like a blog? I want to show a blog.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys like what this is. It blows my mind that we can actually do this. All right, I'm just going to go to one of my recent ones at Top. Let's just go to Top Click Joe. What is Top Click Joe? Right here. Let's just go to a blog, right? And let's look at my most recent. So SEO, 9 major SEO trends. You know what I did, John?
Yeah. What's the process for that one? Yeah.
So basically, somebody put a very well-known person put out 8 major trends, right? And they have like probably over 1 million followers. Well, I did 9, right? You always try to up the other person, right? Yeah. And this is what I got. This is Content at Scale, people. It's unbelievable. So here's and Content at Scale. What's cool about it? It has a plugin, and it actually uploads the blog for you. There's like no work. You guys are making it too easy, man. So anyway, we start out like I have graphic artists that work for Top Click Joe, so we do original pictures, right? We don't use stock photos, but what I want to, and we know how to interlink. This is going to go to my search engine optimization page, right? Like when I click on it, it goes to the search SEO page, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're linking correctly. That's awesome. I don't do any of this. These are my people. Here's my table of contents. They made it look really neat. Here's some more pictures, and now look at the quality of this content is unbelievable. The quality of this content is just crazy. I'm going to show you another video here in a second that's going to really flip you out. But
in terms of like readability, that page, like I'm ready, like if I'm in a client mindset or like one of your prospects, by the time you get to like that second scroll, I'm like ready to give you money. You know what I mean?
you know what?
Like I'm converted,
Look, it's so good. Now, 90% of this is done on Content at Scale. 90%. Okay. We have to optimize. And what did we learn from Julia thank God I got involved in the very beginning, John, because I got access to Julia in the beginning and all this stuff started happening. Right. And what's cool is she made the craft system, and all my people go through the craft system. Right? Like everybody goes through the craft system. And so, it's really, it's a beautiful training because now they know how to structure because of you guys. Look, I know that everybody's out there. All these other AI platforms are trying to sell you stuff and they're giving you stuff. I've used them all. If you don't believe me, it's all right here. I've used everything. I've been on all this. I know about everyone, right? The difference is this is so easy and it does 90%. And plus you guys have one of the best AI checkers. And believe me, I check, right? Yeah. Like we don't just do it. Not only that, I know that you guys also do Copyscape, right?
Yep.
I'm kind of I don't believe everything I see sometimes. So I have my own Copyscape that I also check. I check yours and mine, and it passes because I do not want duplicate content at all. I don't want duplicate content. And look at how good this is. I mean, we're talking about the EEAT experience, expertise, authoritiveness, and trustworthiness. And then, of course, they're always putting my number on my stuff, right? And John, this is unbelievable. I'll show you something else I did. And look, we do, like listicles and all this, we're adding this. Content at Scale isn't doing this. We're adding it to make our stuff. But do you know how hard it would be for me? I never would have been able to write this in a million years. So it would have never happened. And now that we're not looking at a blank screen. My people are able to go in here and really do stuff. Now, they know to do fact checking. We learned that from you guys, right? Fact check everything. We do fact check all of these outbound links, right? Like Core Web Vitals and stuff. This is all important. So when I click on it, it does open in another link. We make sure of that. And now we're learning this from Yoast, right? But we all know who Yoast is. They're a high authority plugin, right? For SEO. And look, they're doing things the same way we're doing it. They got a table of content. But it's just really cool. And then look, my guys, look at all the stuff my people do for me.
Yeah.
Like I would.
How many hands are on each post? How many hands touch it? So like from beginning to end, do you suppose, or does it change?
So let me go to the bottom. Everybody should have a bio. If you don't, like you need to talk to me because and look, I'm not a cowboy. It's just I do white hat SEO. So that's the only white hat I can find, and it's in my background, right? And it looks cool. My wife's from Texas. Okay, so let me talk about that. All right, like how many people? All right, so we get a client, right? The first thing that happens is this. My graphic artist does a style sheet of their website, their colors, their fonts, and their whole image. Because you can be from another country and not even speak English, and you know what Coca-Cola is. Like that logo, right? So that's what we're doing for our clients. We're branding them the same everywhere because I can't tell you how many clients we pick up and everything's different. I don't even know it's them on their Facebook. So we're rebranding them correctly. And we say, do you like your website? If not, we build them another website, right? Go to my website. You'll see my testimonies. We don't screw around, and we don't charge extra if we have to rebuild the website if they do the Ultimate 16, because what is my goal to my client is to get them leads. And if I think their website sucks, they're going to think we suck, even though we don't do. So we help them with that. So there's one person in the beginning, right? And so we get the style sheet. Now we have our SEO team because we got to do some SEO work, right? We got to do our due diligence and what are the best keywords. There's a lot going on, right? We want to make sure we're going after things that rank, right? And I'm going to show you a video here in a second of I had a meeting this morning with my crew. And they're going to start posting on Facebook and stuff like that because I said, look, you guys are doing all these cool things. And like in LA, we have a guy that does hoarding cleanup. Los Angeles is huge. Like, how do you rank in Los Angeles? In 1 week, we're on the 3rd page for our blog from Content at Scale. Now, in smaller towns, we're on the 1st page, but I'm going to show you this video because it'll kill you. So we have the style sheet guy. This is just the very beginning. Once we have all that done, the only people that touch it is one writer. That's it. We already know the keywords for the client, right? We already know all this stuff. When we get a new client, we got to figure them out. And then once we have them figured out, it's one person, the writer, and my graphic artist doing the pictures. Okay. Yeah. Now, once he does a style sheet, he'll have like 100 different variations of stuff that we can just grab and change real quick without him. So he's given us, we have a system that we're building. You can't build $1 million a month business without a system. Like I had a multi-million-dollar restoration company and it would never have been like it was without people. So you understand, John, I'm like 1% of all this stuff. I'm very good at hiring smart people that do really good work for me. And I'm a visionary, right? I showed them what we're doing. And, we're going to be building a blog live at Content Hacker on stage.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You can't build $1 million a month business without systems. That's right. You absolutely can't because it'll fall apart. And we got systems for everything. When somebody comes on, we have a checklist that they see. The first month, this is what's going to happen. The second month, third month. Now, remember, we have clients and we have all these employees under my managers and they have systems, right? So, and hey, Julia, how are you? Glad to see you. So we built these systems and now things are working really good. So I'm feeling comfortable to bring on even more clients now. I'm very careful, John, that I give 150% return to my clients. So I don't just, I can probably get 10 new clients today if I wanted to, right? Because
the system is there.
Because, well, not just the system, but I'm well known in the restoration industry and I can get those people easily, but I can't do them due diligence without the employees. So as we're growing, we're doing it smart. We're bringing on one person a week right now, right? We're testing the waters so we can give great service. But Content at Scale now is, I'm blown away that Jonah the other night had to show me how to use it. Like, again, because you got all this new stuff in there.
The new stuff,
like, you know what? I am a real entrepreneur. I don't even know what's going on. My people are doing like unbelievable work here. And they're out doing what I could even ask them to do. Like the Filipino people are just so loyal and they're such hardworking people. But if you treat them with respect, you're gonna grow $1 million a month business. And they're all in it with me because I've taught them capitalism. They're making money off of people under them now. I'm teaching them.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I'm changing
you
the
mentioned,
Philippines. Right.
Yeah.
So if they bring on a new employee, I will give them, it depends. For blogs, I give 20% over what we're paying our blog writers. Okay. So my managers make 20%. So I got like 8 writers right now that George and Jonah, they're married, are making 20% on every blog they write. You know what's even more crazy? I got a text message yesterday from this guy in Canada. And he said, I hear you're writing blogs now. Can you write me 2,000 to 3,000 word blogs? Where is it, man? It was in here. I didn't get rid of it.
He's a prospect or he's in restoration or
he owns an ad agency in Canada and he's asking me to write blogs for him because he knows I'm the man. He goes, I hear you're the man. And so he goes, hi, Joe, would I be able to buy some 2,500 word blog from you? And I said, yes, I now have I have a total of 16 blog writers. We're growing. We have a lot of writers, right? So, and I'm also starting to like farm them out to other people, right? So they can stay even busier. But I got a lot happening. But anyway, so now I'm getting the guy that flunked kindergarten that can't hardly do English writing really well. I'm very street. I'm not saying I'm stupid. I don't want people to think I'm stupid because I've built several multi-million-dollar companies because I'm just happy, right? And I find smart people. It's this. The story goes like this, man. Like, you know, I don't need to be a PhD. I'll just hire some PhDs.
Yeah.
And then they'll tell me in layman terms what I want, like analytics, right? Analytics is hard for me to understand sometimes. I got people that understand it. That's all they've done for 10 years. And so as we grow, now I'm becoming like this. Like, look, Julie is the writer. She had a business. She was content hacker. She's the writer. I'm not a writer, but now now I guess I am. So these people that are sitting out there on the fence thinking about it, right? You know, quite frankly, I'm excited about it. And I know you guys aren't. You need a bunch of people. Now I'm gonna sell the heck out of your. I'm gonna really go for it on stage because I don't think there's a better product in the world. And as I showed you, I've tried 100 of them. I know them all, right? Yeah. And I follow the people that are going to be on stage before me. I see what everybody's doing, right? I'm almost embarrassed because when you listen to people like Matt Wolf, it seems like this big giant thing that's all happening. And I'm like, well, damn, what do I talk about? Because I'm not really, mine's pretty easy. Like all I'm doing is teach. I taught the first writer, the blind leading the blind. And now they're killing it. They're doing their own training, right? They're training each other. It's
almost like how like you showed your screen, you know, 816 posts in the last 8 or 9 months.
It hasn't been that long. When I'm on stage in March, it'll be 10 months. Like we've been actively working maybe, and we'll have over 1,000 blogs in 10 months. And I wouldn't write a blog in a year. Over 1,000 blogs.
From a non-writer.
From a non-writer. And I told my people, I said, man, I'm a little disappointed, man. Why aren't we at 3,000? They're like, you're crazy, Joe. So I kid with them a lot, right? Like, I'm like, I want to have more blogs than anyone in the world. And so, and it's not just blogs AI is good for anymore, man. It's everything. We do pillar pages. There's writing content on websites now. It's, you know, here's what's going to happen. I know people are using AI and they're going to use it wrong. They're not going to use the craft system. They're going to like, oh, wow, look what ChatGPT did. I'm putting it on my website.
They're going to publish it.
There's no way they're going to do what I can do. When I say I mean my team, right? There's no way they can do what my team can do because they're so motivated. They're so trained. They're so good at what they're doing. I'm like blown away by them. I want to find this real quick because I want to show you. Go ahead.
While you're pulling that up, what do you look for when you hire them? Like, does George hire them or
okay,
you know, them? You have an existing team, but you know, when you do scale up even more.
So, you know, I'm a little embarrassed about this too also.
Sure.
I used Online Jobs PH, right? I learned how to hire people in the beginning. I no longer do that because now my people I have so many team members now. I always try to correct myself. I don't like calling them employees. We're all a team, right? We're team members. I love my people. I mean, they made me, George and Jonah made me a godfather of their baby, right? Like,
huge.
So we're very close. I'm very close to my people. So somebody trying to copy what I'm doing, they'd have to kind of be like me and care this much, right? So now they train them. I don't train anybody anymore, man. It's just, they train them and they pick the people that they can work with, right? I have meetings with all my people once a month and everybody's smiling, everybody's happy, everybody's gung-ho, and most of them I don't even know anymore. Like I don't know them because they're working for, not just for George, right? But for my SEO manager, he has people under him. I'm teaching all my managers. So what do you think people at Top Click Joe want to be? A manager at some point, because then you get involved in capitalism. You get to start making money off of the people under you. Because I'm like, I shouldn't make all the money. Let's share the wealth, man.
Yeah.
So now they're like, so what do you think I just did when I did that? My people are never going to leave. They're too invested on that 20% deal. right? They're too invested. There's no way and plus I pay more than other places anyway. Even with that, I can do it at the price I can do it at. And I want to find this because this is really important. She sent it this morning. Where is it? There it is. Let me just pull up. Let me pull this over. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over in a second. Let me share my screen. I just want you to see this. This is content at scale. This is crazy. I'm going to share this entire screen right here. Share. I'm going to move this video over. Do you see the Loom video, John?
Yes, I searched from.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Let me start the video.
And we might not get audio because Loom stifles the audio on screen share.
Oh, bummer. Okay, anyway, let me just tell you, let me stop it. Because if you're not going to get audio, it's gonna suck. All right, let me just explain real quick. So we have this new client in Los Angeles, California, one of the largest cities in the United States, right? Huge. In the first week, because of the blogs from Content at Scale we're writing, now we're not on the first page, but we're number 36 in a week for hoarding cleanup near me. Those of you that are marketers out there, what is that called? Do you know what that's called, John?
Ranking in the SERPs?
No, it's a buying keyword. That's a buying term. Hoarding cleanup near me, we're on the third page, but then another keyword that we're using, hoarding cleanup service, we're number 6 in a week.
They're ready to buy.
And they're ready to buy, right? So we're already ranking people. And I thought LA would take us 3 or 4 months, not like a week. Right now, third page, you might as well be like somebody dead and you hide them. I used to tell people, if you're on the second page of Google, it's a great place to hide a dead body because no one goes there.
That's good. Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true.
When you have buying keywords,
when you have a flood in a town, they start searching all the pages because everybody's filled up, right? That's when you find the dead bodies. You got to have a major event, right? So we got to get to the first page, but our second keyword is on the first page in LA, in Los Angeles. And so the way we're doing things is just here. Let me show you this. So this is what we do. Let me present, and I'll just show you this slide real quick so you can see what we're doing here, because I think this is kind of important. Do you see the... Oh, no. What is that? Where'd it go?
Oh, it just doubled up everything, so I took it off, and then I'll put it back on.
Okay, can you see it?
There we go. Yep.
All right, so this is a new client, right? He's an event planner, okay? So this is how we do pillar pages. This is a main keyword. These are sub pillar pages. These are blogs that go to each, not just the ones that you have, but all of them, right? So I'm telling him to pick 10 of these. And what a lot of people don't understand is like some of this has nothing to do with he's selling events. But look, more people are searching event planner salary than they're searching. I told him, I said, Google Ads is for the buying keywords. SEO is for how people search so we can get you ranked. And then we already know that corporate event planner is the main keyword. He's going to rank for this keyword because of how we do things. So we got to build 40 blog posts for 10 of these. That's a lot of blog posts. Okay. So that's kind of how we build. That's kind of how we build things out. Right. So without Content at Scale, that's most of the work. Most of the work is 40 blogs.
Yeah.
Right. So we're starting to do a lot of that now. We're going in that direction. So I'm having to teach my people now, like, it's not the blog you want to write anymore. It's this. This is the keyword we're going after. Remember I said like 7 to 10 words now from Neil Patel it's what's really working now on SEO.
Yeah. Because revenue per keyword.
So as people start learning how to do prompts and write more content, they're going to start searching like they do prompts, I believe. Right? Because we're training our brains on AI to use prompts. And it's not just make me a website. Well, what kind of website?
Right? Yeah. It could be like a full paragraph of what we currently know as a keyword. Right? But it's really like 38 words.
That's right.
And they get exactly what they want the first time. Right?
Things are changing. And so we are watching the market really close. And look, because I'm growing, I have consultants that I even consult with people John, I know this is going to come as a surprise, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
What?
So I need to, I know, man. My wife, I got her fooled, dude. So, and my kids, right? You know what? I got to buy the tickets, but my son and daughter-in-law, my grandchildren, and my wife are all going. So
Yeah.
do you know that what I say on stage could scar my granddaughters forever or build them up? So I'm a little more nervous now because I got my two 16 and 14-year-old granddaughters that look up to me. And so, and they know that I'm OCD and everything else, and I could go off. Like, it could get crazy up there, John. But it'll be fun, all right?
That's why I'm going, because it could get
I
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
It could get crazy. Do you know that two of my clients are going there? They're not buying anything. I do all their stuff. They bought tickets. They're going to go there. They want to get on stage with me and give a little testimony of what we do for people. So these are two large restoration companies. One is in Albuquerque, one's in Tennessee, right? But my clients, I'm very invested in everybody I work for. And that's why when I find something that works like Content at Scale, I don't look anymore, right? There's no reason to look because I don't care what anybody comes up with. I think you guys are always going to beat them because I look, you're doing daily videos. Julia's always out there interviewing people and talking about what's going on. She created this craft system in the very beginning that we're using to this day. And as it grows, I'll be there. Oh, wow, Sherry, I can't wait to see you, man. I'm, Sherry, I'm blown away that you guys have nearly 100,000 followers now, John. You have all these clients, and I got invited on stage. I mean, it's very humbling. I know that
we love seeing what you're doing. Yeah.
I have a big voice, right? And I wouldn't be doing it without you. There's no $1 million a month without Content at Scale. It doesn't happen. And I showed you my plan, right? I need 14 employees for 10 clients, right? And they can take care of those people. And did I show you that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The $1 million thing. Yes.
The plan. Yeah.
Now look, I have a guy that I pay a lot of money to every month. That's a consultant. That's a copywriter that I won't say who he writes for, but he writes for other copywriters that are named the top 10 copywriters in the world. He does their copywriting. He is my mentor. I'm not gonna mention his name right now, but he was looking at my system and what I'm doing, and he goes, for the first time ever, Joe, I believe that I'm looking at somebody that is going to do $1 million a month or more. Because he looked at where I'm going and how I'm doing it and how I got this structured. Now, look, I have no college training. I have no business. I have business training because I've owned businesses for 40 years. It's boots on the ground. Business is pretty simple. You get a call, you show up 10 minutes early and give them 150%. There's business right there. I mean, that's Walmart, when Walton was alive, it's Sam Walton, right? That was his philosophy. Give them better, more than they're even expecting. Right now it's kind of changed, right? Because he's dead. Yeah. And I would love to be one of his kids, though, get my $1 billion check a month. But I truly believe that I'm on. I could honestly say I could be one of the largest ad agencies in America in the future because of AI. And because people aren't grasping it like I am, because I talk to a lot of people, like, even when I explain it, they don't get it. Alex and I have this thing, AI for the underdog. My friends are coming to me, and I love this. Like, I'm listening to you, Joe, but I still don't get it. I'm like, good, that's why you're paying me, right? Yeah. You don't need to get it. I get it.
That's in our best interest as agencies, right? It's like,
I love it. But you guys want listen, it doesn't matter if it comes through me. And like you saw, I got to spend almost $12,000 a month with you at $1 million a month, $12,000 a month on content, on blogs, to create the amount of blogs that we're going to create for 239 Ultimate 16 clients, right? So, because they get 4 blogs a month. And I know we're heading in that direction, and I don't care if we make $1 million this year a month, right? I know that my goal is to do this and give 150%, and I can't do it without you guys. And there's going to be a lot of great speakers. I've been following them, like I was saying, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are so smart. Damn, they know some stuff. How am I making this kind of money? I'm not even in their league, right? So, but I think there's 2 leagues, right? I think there's the really smart people, and I think there's the people that want that Now, I'm not saying the really smart people don't want to give 150% to their clients. And there's
Yeah.
people like me that all I care about is my team and my clients. I don't care about the money I make. I can care less. And I don't care that I'm not the smartest person in the world because we're killing it. We are
Yeah.
showing up. No one leaves me. I have clients coming to the stage because of what we're doing for them. And they're invested in content at scale because they see what we're doing for them. And look, they're like, well, I can't even write the kind of blogs you write. I'm like, well, if you got to you got to optimize it. You got to make it personal, and you got to have a graphic artist for the pictures. And, I don't want to scare people out there. You don't have to have a graphic artist because a lot of blogs, they use stock photos from Shutterstock and all that.
Sure,
right?
yeah, but it's nice, It's like, and when they ask you, I can't write blogs like you, and then and the truth is, neither can you, right? And that's the beauty of it.
I can't
Like,
do
you
it
still
either.
get it done.
Yeah, because I found the right people.
Yeah.
We just hired another Google Ads person last week, Joven. Guys, he's 9 years experience, right? He's got 9 years experience in Google Ads, and he's killing it for us. So my job is to bring on the best of the best. If I'm going to grow to $1 million a month and keep all those clients, I have to have the best of the best working for me. Look, Neil Patel says he's going to break 1,000 employees this year. He's going to have 1,000. I'm going to break 300 in my first year. Right. And so, but I believe that I'm using more people than any of these other marketers per client. I really believe that no one's doing what I'm doing like I'm doing it. So I'm forfeiting a lot of the profit for me to give my clients the very best. Right. And I want to be, I want to buy 1,000 blogs a month from you guys. Right. Because if I'm buying 1,000 blogs from you, boy, man, we're making some money. Right.
Yeah.
We're not buying 1,000 blogs without that. Right. So we are going to reach 1,000 by March easily. Right. We'll reach that because as you saw, I'm getting people asking me to write blogs now. It's funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, man, I'm being asked to write blogs and I don't even know. This is crazy.
And these are agencies.
And these are agencies asking me. I'm working with a couple of agencies now as affiliate. I have some agencies that are affiliates because they can make more money through me than they can't compete with me because of my pricing, right? So agencies are coming to me, but and I have the people. I've built the structure. I spent the money. I don't know if you heard this when I interviewed with Julia before. I was at 85% labor. I don't know any business person that thinks that's even even close to a good idea, but I knew that, like a lot of companies, what they'll do, they'll get the clients and they'll bring in the people. I brought in the people, got them trained, then I brought in the clients.
Yeah. The system had to be there.
I had to have a system first, and I wanted us to get better at using content at scale. Now we're so good at it. It's I get calls like Yellow Ball Solar, right, saying, oh my gosh, who wrote my blog? Now, Content at Scale wrote it, but I have an electrical engineer optimizing it. Dude, I'm so excited, John, about the future of AI, and I'm so excited of what you guys are doing at Content at Scale and how you keep giving us more and more and more and more. I mean, it keeps getting better. And Julia keeps writing about the naysayers. Oh, I got to show you this.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about so I'll show you this real quick. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. And
I have some questions also from the audience, as well as from me. Selfishly, I have a bunch of them that I would love to.
You know what?
You.
Where did it go, man? I had it saved so I wouldn't lose it. I got so many people working with me now. Where is that? Oh my gosh. Is it here? Okay, ask questions.
Sure, I'll put one up from Sherry. Also, she commented earlier. She says, "Hey Joe, do you have advice for starting in the handmade industry, so crochet, fashion, and home decor? Because she's been designing for 15 years and ready to get into blogging."
Okay, so that's a great question because that's what my wife wants to do. My wife, my wife used to own a yarn store, by the way, Sherry, called Yarnbird Fibers, and it was one of the first websites I ever built on Shopify, and it was hell because there's a million colors, right? So you have to take a lot of pictures. But okay, so advice for starting in a handmade industry. I think having unique products. I have a good story here. I have a client that we brought on that sells vegan purses. All right. it was very hard to sell it because you can go into Walmart and buy a vegan purse. A vegan purse is vinyl, whatever, right? Faux leather, whatever they call it. So we were it wasn't working. So I switched her to making t-shirts with vegan slogans, and now we're killing it, right? So I helped her change her whole industry, right? Like, this isn't working. Let's just do this. And I taught her what to do. Do you know where I went to ChatGPT and got all the slogans, and she loved them, right? And I checked them; they're nowhere being used, right? So AI is crazy. So for Sherry, Sherry, I think if you're making something a little bit different, and you want to do it on, like Instagram and TikTok is a great place for you to market, because Instagram people are looking at that stuff. But I think you got to be different than other people. It can't be the same old hat. Right? It's got to be like, my wife is making these chickens, these big chickens, and she's knitting them, and they're like old lady chickens. They're unique. They look awesome with little feet, right? So I'm going to promote those for her because they're different. No one's making little chickens. So I think the number one thing is, don't be like everybody else. And look, I am free to talk to. Like, it costs nothing to get on with me, and I can help you. And I love helping people, man. I love helping people get ahead in life, man. And I'm all about that. Just go in there and fill out the thing to get on a Zoom meeting with me sometime. Just pick a time and I'll get on with you, and we can look at what you can do, and I can give you even a better answer. What else do you have? What else?
Another question? Yeah, I got some questions from me.
Yeah.
So I read, all about you on your website. If you rewind with me, like, I believe it was 1989, you switched to a service-based business locally there in New Mexico, and which you eventually expanded. And then, of course, you maintained that company. You built that over, decades. What do you suppose, like, did you have to go through that to care so much about your clients now? Like where does your care come from? Like, you know what I mean? You can't buy that. You can't go, replicate that. You can't copy that.
Because I was treated so bad in school when I was young, right? Because I was in the special class, because I couldn't, they didn't even, I don't even know if they knew what dyslexia was back then, being dyslexic. And plus I'm bipolar and I'm ADHD. Man, I got a lot of great little names after me. I call it entrepreneur. I think because I was treated so bad, I never wanted to treat people like that. I knew what it felt like, right? It was a bad thing. And my wife was actually treated bad in school too. They called her like white trash and stuff, right? I probably shouldn't have said that, but she had a bad experience. Her experience, like, she got over it some. I got over it completely. Right. I decided that I wasn't going to be like the people that treated me that way, that in fact, those kind of people work for me right now and back then. But I think it's that. But, no, the way I feel about people is because of the way I grew up. I think we all have a unique experience. Why is somebody a Democrat and somebody's a Republican? Why? It's because of their life experience, right? Like what they've learned growing up. And that's me. Right. I have the same kind of thing. I have this experience, and I think people need to be treated better. I think we live in a world where, why do Democrats and Republicans hate each other so much? Why are they so divided? And I have another blog I'm starting that's called Average Joe's Common Sense.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sort of like Tucker Carlson, because I see he makes $100 million a year. So I believe that average Joe, me, common sense. Why do I think the way I think? Like the question you just asked. Because of this. So that's why, because I was treated so bad. I don't want to be that person. Right. And I just care. I don't know. Like, it's in me. It's not something that I bought. You're right. You can't buy it. You can't learn it. You're just that person. Next question.
So what are the top two, you work a lot in service businesses, or, for them, top two metrics to make sure they're on track? Like, what are the top two metrics the agencies should rely on to gauge the success of their clients, whether that's service business or really any agency? What are we looking for?
Okay. So, well, the first metric I look at is their website. Like, I remember I was talking about their website. If it sucks, you're not going to, it doesn't matter how good I am. So there's two things that we go for first, which is really important. The website has to have a great landing page, great call to action, all that. And the second thing is God, I just had it in my head. It's so, how did I forget the second thing that's so important? So the website, I think the way your hook is everything. Let me give you an example. I was talking about the solar business, right? So I had this long conversation with him. So now what he's doing, he's paying the solar bill for a year plus the electric bill. So when you get solar on your roof, there's no out-of-pocket money at all to get that net meter. So
Yeah.
I had him do a video, and now the hook is there's no out-of-pocket money for a year. I make your solar payment and your utility payment. So he just cut everything out. We're getting 4 or 5 leads a day for this guy in the winter in Montana, where there's snow, right? So what's going to happen in the spring? 20 leads a day? I don't know. But everything's about the hook, right? I know everybody talks about, you look at all these metrics, you look at their old Google ads and all this crap. We don't look at any of that stuff because we don't care. We have our own way of doing things. We know what we're doing. But if their website sucks and their hook sucks, none of it matters. It doesn't matter how good I am, right? It doesn't matter if I write awesome blogs with content at scale if there's no call to action.
And then they're going to think you suck, right? Because really we didn't address those like underlying things, right? Those first few
so let
metrics.
me show you an example. Like I'll just show you their thing real quick. Let me just show. So because I know I've said it a few times, I probably just need to show. This is a 5-second deal right here. So if I go to onboarding or not on, that's my other thing. Go Yellow Ball. God, I can't believe I remember all these people, man. So look at this. 0 money out of pocket your first year of solar, right? And then, of course, we built location pages. He's in Montana, and he's also in Wyoming, right? So if we go to Wyoming, it's Wyoming, right? And so this right here is killing it, right? And how much can I save with solar? So when you look at those kind of things, those are great. That's what I mean by a great call to action and a hook, right? So that's our hook right there. Here we are. So that's what I mean by that. Okay.
That's huge. That's huge.
Dude.
All right. I have one more. So let me find a good one. So I have like I was telling Joe right before our call, I think I over prepared with like a ton of questions that I really do want to know here. So a lot of these we touched on. Quality. So here's one. Quality over quantity with blogs. How many blogs is good per month, and how do you maintain that quality? And does your team just take care of that for you?
Yeah, my team takes care of that, by the way. And I was given 12 blogs a month, and then some of my mentors said you're crazy. And so when I went down to 4, now we're talking, because it was quantity over quality, right? Now we're quality over quantity because we put a little time into our research and what we do. So we're giving, because anybody can put out, dude, we can put out 100 blogs a month. All I got to do is put them into content at scale, grab them, throw them in there, right? That's all I got to do. But are they
the quality's
good?
there?
What are my outbound links? Or have you fact checked? So I noticed in the beginning when I was doing 12 that some of the fact checks weren't right. Right. And I'm like, oh, hold it. Let's put the brakes on. Let's step back and see what we're doing. Now I can hire more people, but I'd have to charge my people more. Like I have that new client that was working with Grant Cardone. He still is, right? One of his top clients is working with me now. And we're doing a bunch for him. But I hired a writer just for him because he wants 12 blogs. Plus he wants to do extra blogs on some other sites. So we're charging extra, right? So the reason he's going to get quality is he's got one full-time writer. Mm-hmm. So I gave him a full-time writer, but I did it based on he's going to like start sending me to all of his people, right? So we're going to grow, right? There's no way around it. But quantity is always got to win because what is the world about now? It's about quality, not quantity. The whole world's about quality with all this, like these tools out there. Anyone can throw out a bunch of blogs and it's not going to do them any good. There is a lot of research that goes into proper interlinking and with your blog with the right keywords and the density. By the way, man, what I really love about content at scale is that score. And we can see what our keywords are, where we're at, and it's unbelievable. I should show that I know we're a minute over. I can't believe you guys only gave me an hour on stage and then another 30 minutes at the end.
I know. I was thinking like even 10 minutes ago, I'm like, I know we could do this another 3 times before March.
Well, I don't stop. I'm so passionate. I'm so in love with content at scale because of what it's doing. And it's not about my business. Look, I'm going to be able to have 300 or 400 employees in the Philippines. Yeah. And I have employees in America. I don't just have them there, but I'm going to be able to create all these jobs so people can pay their bills. and take care of their families, all because of Content at Scale. When Julia wrote the craft system, she had no idea she was going to create 1 million jobs, probably, right? Because all these
Huge.
jobs are going to be created because of this software, and it's
Yeah.
in it. That's why I'm coming on stage. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
being paid to come on stage, people. It's not like I'm not like a billionaire. I'm coming there because of what Content at Scale has done for not only me but my team, right? And I'm very invested in using your product, and I keep seeing it growing. And I got to get in there once a week. That's what my new goal is, to see, okay, can I still do a blog, right?
Yeah.
So what I do though is
Do I know how to do this? Yeah.
so I did put a blog at Top Click Joe, and I got on with my writer, said, okay, now finish it, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are better than me, so go
Yeah,
for it.
done.
But we just I wanted to show that score real quick for you.
Yeah, the score.
I
Yeah,
want
the
people
SEO
to see
score.
Okay, so you got to see how important this is, because this is a big part. So if I go here, no, this is not. Here we go. Okay, let me go back to projects, right? And let's just go to. I just did one for me. You can look at. Hey, when I first started with Content Scale, I had like 3 of these.
Yeah.
Now these are all Ultimate 16 people, right? Except for Top Click Joe, of course. All right,
90.
you got to. This is crazy. So this is the we just did this one. What was the date? 112, right? 112 here, right? 2,300 words. And here's Content scored. I got a 97, and it's based on these keywords. All right.
Yeah.
So you click on any of these. Let's say there's too many keywords on something like here, right? We got 13. You can click on it and it shows you, so you can change this. Now, we didn't change it because, hey, we got a 97. Who cares? Yeah. Now, I want to show you something. Like, sometimes the photos in Content at Scale don't look the same when you upload them. You saw
right.
I showed you the blog post. It's way better once you get that. See how it looks a little like stretched? It's not like that once it gets into Content at Scale. But this is where they do everything, right? Like, they might say, oh, okay, let's put the hyphen in there, right? I shouldn't have said the word hyphen. It looks like I know English a little bit. I'm kind of proud of myself. I see a couple of
setting the bar too high. Yeah,
like, darn it, darn, man. So anyway, you have all these scores, and then the media, right? And so this is our main picture. And then I could see who Jonah's George's wife, okay?
Yeah.
And you can see she did this for me because I asked her to do it. And you can see, look at her, man. Like, was she really in there 1 week ago? Oh, yeah, she's in and out of it, right? So this
editing all those changes.
So there's all these changes. Then you got SEO. Then you got research, and you can see what they've done. Like, this is rewrite options, right? She used a content brief, right? Or I don't even know what she used, dude. I don't know how to do this anymore.
She just gets it done, yeah.
But I got a 97 in this ranking, so that's kind of what matters, right? Now, when you do a blog, these are all together. It's not like separated like this. So you got to go in and you got to optimize that. AIO, artificial intelligence optimization. Then you got to start putting your links in. You got to start checking them, check your backlinks, and just look at some of the stuff. And but it does key takeaways on, like, what is this, Twitter? Or no, that's a key takeaway.
Key takeaway, yeah.
Yeah. So where the hell are you going to get this in the world? Like like you're not.
Done, the draft is just done, ready to.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, John, what we could do with your product now. So that's why I'm coming on stage. Now I'm a little nervous because my granddaughters are there.
That's
look,
yeah.
I want them to meet Julia because she had some tough times in life, and she did what she did, became the president of Content at Scale. I want them to learn that there's this world out there for you to take. And it doesn't matter if you're afraid. Like I'm not comfortable getting on after Elena Cardone, the billionaire. Like, it's a billionaire. And then Matt Wolf. These guys are all like superstars, right? And then me. But
the guy who's getting it done anyway. Yeah.
I'm getting it done. I might be beating these guys in revenue, though, soon. So, hey, I might be a superstar, but I don't.
There you go. Yeah. By what metric? Revenue? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're growing and it's working, right? But I'm not looking for all the pats on the back. I don't really care. I'm looking to my team to make more and more money and have more people employed, and my clients. It's so important. There's so much trash out there right now, the way people do things and the way they advertise. And I know this, like I have a client that I just got for wood floor refinishing, and he was working, and I won't say the name, with one of the top marketers in the world. This guy's well known in the world. He did his marketing for a year, his Google ads and stuff. Number one, he's like one of the best website builders. The website didn't even have a phone number on it or a call to action. He got 3 leads in a year with $17,000 on Google and 3 leads, right? First week, you can go to my website. You can hear him talking. First week, I got him like 20 leads. First week. So, and
for less than 17K. Yeah.
And for like $300. And so this guy is well known, right? Like well known. You probably wouldn't know him because he's in the cleaning industry. So you're not going to know who it is unless you were in that industry like me, like I was. But I'm taking people now. I have an interview tonight with a guy that has over 1,000 members that is recommending somebody else that wants to recommend me. I have a meeting in 2 hours with this guy because he's heard about me now because of content.
Because you're the guy.
I'm the dude, man. So I'm going to meet with this guy. And, in fact, the guy teaches like hardwood floor refinishing. He teaches how to do it. So that's how some of my group came from him. The 2 that I'm doing right now came from him. But the one guy I've been working with for 5 years, this guy I've been working with since October, right? And if you look at my testimonies, we are the real deal, but we're the real deal because we're doing it the right way. There's a right way and a wrong way to use content, right? Like content at scale. You can push a button and put it on your website, wrong way, right? But it's still better than I could have ever done in a million years. Even the wrong way is better, right? So now the right way is optimizing, like you guys teach now with craft, right? So my people know how to do that. They know how to optimize. And I just started learning that I hire people that are related to the industry that went to school for something like that. And I can pay them more, and they know as much as my client or more now. So I'm using
interesting
it the smart way.
Is with the LA example, right? Breaking into that market. I mean, you've broken into markets. You broke into I think you talk about on your website going from New Mexico to the bigger market of I think Colorado Springs or Denver, and now LA with the with those buying intent keywords. What you could think as a marketer, what you could think of in those new markets is, look, LA, 2.8 million people, maybe 3.8 million people, but it's 3.8 million people who have really 3.7 million people who have no idea what they're doing in marketing. So it's like
That's
all
right.
this noise. So you can cut to the 3rd page of Google. You can cut to the 1st page in certain,
That's what we're doing.
keywords within
Now,
that week. And it's like huge.
When we talk about this, we do, we check out the top competition very hard. I got people, right? Like I said, I have consultants that I talk with that looks at my stuff and helps me at a bird's eye view, some really top smart people that I have one I pay $2,500 a month for, and I get them 15 minutes a month, $2,500 for 15 minutes. Imagine that. But the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
Looking at what I'm doing and because I am going to do our goal is to do the million, right? And so, or more, or whatever. If we don't make it, I'm not going to die. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just care that I'm moving forward with you guys, and you guys continuously upgrade your product. I'm waiting for you to do the pillar thing, right? Like, let's see what they come up with. Now, you guys probably should be talking to me about that because we are killing it with pillars. We have a system unlike anybody, and it's working.
Let's do it.
Just look at what we're doing and build something like that for me, man, so I can push a button.
Okay, yeah. Hit me up on that email we have going, and then we'll schedule an appointment where we can pick your brain about that and what would be the best use case for that. I do have to close up this event.
I know.
I'm I could do this, 3 or 4 more times before March. Happy to see you in March. Again, Top Click Joe will be there at Content Hacker Live
listen.
March.
I'm not sure what kind of shape I'll be in because I don't fly because those things are too heavy to be up in the air. And so I'm freaking out now thinking that I got to drive to the damn airport in Denver. Mm-hmm. And another thing that could happen, March and April, is when we get those 4-foot snows. We can have a snow where I can't even get to the airport because I don't know.
Yeah. How far of a drive is it?
An hour and a half.
I mean if you just went straight to Austin.
Oh, like 15 hours. We might do. We don't know yet. I don't know yet, right? Like I'm not sure, but I don't. I watched the stewardess, and if she looks scared, I know we're all going to die. And then I just heard about the window flying out of the airplane and all this stuff. I'm like, oh hell, man. I'm
Just
not worried
watch the
about.
stewardess.
Like most people will be frightened to death getting on stage. I'm scared of getting on the airplane. Screw this stage.
Yeah.
Once I get going, it's this. I'm excited about what I'm doing
Yeah.
with Content at Scale and how we're growing. I'm excited for my team, and they're all making money, right? And they're supporting their families. I'm really excited about it, right? And so, I mean, and we're very close, right?
Yeah. Not just
So-
employees, but like truly, you're taking care of them.
Well,
and they're taking care of you.
We're family, right? And it's just like we're family. My team's my family because without them, we're not doing this. You know, these big companies, the guy in charge isn't the guy. It's all the people that work for the guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a big team doing stuff. Anyway, I know you got to go, and there's no way for me to shut up. By the way, John, so you got to end it.
That's why I want you on stage. I just want
Yeah,
to keep
I know.
going.
Yeah.
Well, let me
so-
give a shout out to the actual event so that everyone in our audience knows like how to get there and how to make it happen. So again, Top Click Joe will be there in person in Austin. Again, you can go to contenthhacker.com/event. It's going to be $197 for a virtual pass if you can't make it, or $397 for a live. That's like in real life event general admission. $797 for the live VIP. That's in real life. You're actually there for the VIP pass. And then I do want to let you guys know tickets will double mid-February. So tickets will double in price in mid-February. So please, you know, if you're going to go, I would go get the tickets right now. So get in before February to lock in those current prices. So you excited, Joe?
Well, I'm excited that I'm gonna have a QR code on my back that says you get 20% more content at scale if you.
There you
use
Hey,
my-
perfect.
Look, I'm having a shirt made with a QR code, and
Do it.
and what's gonna happen? Anyone that does that is gonna get a free hour every week with my team, learning how we do things. Look, we're gonna blow you away when we build a blog of an unknown person. We're gonna blow you away of how fast we can do it and how good it's gonna look and how well we capture an unknown person. We're just gonna get cards and pick a person in the audience. I'm gonna let somebody pick a person, and we're just gonna. They could be a podiatrist. I don't even know what that is, but we're gonna build a blog for them, right? What is a podiatrist?
The feet doctor.
Oh man, that
Yeah,
smells, man. That's smelly. I got a new client, and he sells an odor product, and it says the slogan is "Our shit doesn't stink. Our shit don't stink."
See,
That's
that's
what
what
it
that's what to optimize for. It's the call to
I
action.
have-
It's basically a call to
I have
action.
to
You know?
optimize
Like a slogan.
for it, man. So, anyway, it was great, John. It's always good to be here with you guys, and
Love
thank you
it.
so much. And I look forward. Who was it again that was asking about the like the yarn stuff, the knitting?
It was Sherry. Yep.
Okay, Sherry, just get a hold of me, and I'm happy to talk with you one-on-one. All
Love
right,
it.
like fill out the thing, and I'll get on with you, and I can help you with that for sure.
Seriously, Joe, a big thank you, Top Click Joe, for joining us today. Seriously, sharing your wisdom. I mean, real, true wisdom from years and decades in the marketing, in digital marketing specifically.
Well, because I've been doing it a lot. I did my own marketing, right? It's just,
Yeah.
But it's changed. It doesn't matter if I did it in the late '80s. They didn't.
Yeah,
have it then, but it's every day is changing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
different. Now it's AI, so you better be into AI. Like I have no problem watching everybody go to the bottom as we go to the top. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Works for us, right? Works for everybody
Working,
here. Yeah.
it's working great, man. I jumped on it, and I'm the least likely person to work with. I'm not even a writer. I'm the least likely person, but we're making a killing, but we're doing a
Helps
good
you get it
job
done.
with it. All right,
Yeah.
buddy. I'll
Okay.
let you end it so we can
All right.
stop.
We will see you guys all. I'm doing another one, part 2 of this 4-part on Friday. So I will see you all there. Joe, thank
All
you.
right. Later,
Love it,
later,
man.
buddy. Bye.
Bye-bye.